smell what The Rock is cooking? The Rock says, The Rock says, The Rock says, The Rock says. The Rock says, know your damn role. Know your role. The Rock says, The Rock says, The Rock says, The Rock.
Cut my music. Now, I've seen some of y'all candy asses commenting in the chat, where's MJ? He lied to us. He ain't showing up. Well, guess what? MJ's here. And we're live for the 2017 NBA Draft Lottery. Now, the way this is going to work is simple as this. Because the 2017 NBA Draft Lottery and any NBA Draft Lottery is full with a bunch of fluffer and stuff, I will not show the 2017 NBA Draft Lottery until they're actually starting to show the results. Because in case you haven't watched it or in case you've forgotten, the first 20 minutes of the show is nothing. It's people just talking. I'm better than them. So you're going to hear me talking. So if you're really wanting to watch the NBA countdown, sorry, I'm not doing that. But I will supply you with more information and better analysis than they will provide. Okay, so that's number one for those of you that are looking for that. Number two, it's NBA Draft Lottery, baby, and I'm more excited for this than I thought I was going to be. Okay, heading into tonight, I was like, I don't know if it's going to be that epic or that big of a deal, whatever, but as it creeps closer and closer, I am very much looking forward to this evening. Really quick, people in the chat, tell me, how is my audio? Is it good? Do I need to turn it up? Do I need to turn it down? Let me know. So the NBA Draft Lottery, for those of you who do not know, I am a Los Angeles Laker fan, so this is a huge lottery for me, as the Lakers have a top 3 protected pick that is currently owned by the 76ers. If their pick can remain within the top 3, the Lakers will keep their pick. If it does not, then they will lose their pick, and I will cry. I will be pissed off. Man, I will be pissed off. Okay, as they begin to show the results, if I hear Los Angeles Lakers at pick 6, 5, or 4, I will go nuts, and then I will get over it. Because I will preface this lottery by telling you this. Yes, the NBA draft is a big deal. You can procure players of which will be integral to your team for years to come. You can pick up a Karl-Anthony Towns. You can pick up an Andrew Wiggins. You can pick up a Kristaps Porzingis, a John Wall, or whatever. But at the same time, don't believe that just because you have a John Wall or a Kristaps Porzingis or a Karl-Anthony Towns on Andrew Wiggins, that it is now confirmed that you are going to win an NBA championship. There's still so many more factors at play, which is why all those names that I just mentioned have not won an NBA championship. The players that have, guys like LeBron James, guys like Dwayne Wade, guys like Kobe Bryant, who are able to transcend their team and lead their team to an NBA championship. Is there such a player in this draft? I think there's one who is most likely to be, and that is Markelle Fultz, the combo guard out of Washington. I know. He put up a bunch of quote-unquote garbage stats at UW, and people don't think he's that good. He's freaking good. When this guy's biggest weaknesses don't have much to do with his physical abilities, we're just talking about his mental issues, and they're not even that tough. It's just like, hey, you could be more physical defensively, Markelle Fultz. You could be a little more engaged from time to time and not be so careless with the basketball. Outside of that, dude, you're pretty freaking good, and he kind of looks like James freaking Harden. But unlike James freaking Harden, Markelle Fultz is a guy that can track your ass down and block you from behind like he's goddamn LeBron James. That is a big deal, and that matters. So I look at that. I look at the explosiveness that he has off of not 1, but 2 feet as well. He's an explosive leaper. Maybe not quite as explosive as a Malik Monk or a Josh Jackson off of 1 or 2 feet, but he's pretty damn explosive. So I like Markelle Fultz. I like him in terms of being the #1 prospect in this draft. He's the likeliest to be that transcendent player. But with that said, he probably won't be that transcendent player, because that transcendent player probably only comes once out of every 10 years, I would even say. A guy like Anthony Davis, who is so freaking good, can't even win a playoff game. Anthony Davis currently 0-4 in his playoff life and can't even get back to the playoffs. So you can be a great player, but there's so much more to building a championship team, especially in the NBA. The thing, though, that I'm starting to see, though, with the NBA, as LeBron James continues to age, and this is something that happens, he will get older. I know it's surprising to say, but there will be an NBA beyond LeBron James, right? He's 32 years old now, and I will say he'll only have about 3 more years of dominance. That's my personal projection. After LeBron James is done, who is going to step up to the throne? Now, the Warriors should still be around, but I will warn you, whenever you're projecting these dynasties to stay around, to not do it. Right, because the Los Angeles Lakers, the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, they only survived for about 5 years. The Miami Heat, LeBron James, Miami Heat only survived for 4 years. The dynasties that last a while will be the Spurs dynasty, and really, we're looking at the Tim Duncan range from about 1999 to 2016, and then there are some players that came in and out. So David Robinson was in for a little bit, then was out. Tony Parker ended up coming in. Ginobili ended up coming in. Ginobili before Parker. And then, but for the most part, these dynasties don't last long. I'll tell you, I think in 1 or 2 years, Klay Thompson's gone. Klay Thompson's going to say, you know what? I want to be the star for the Phoenix Suns. See ya. I want to sign a 5-year, $200 million deal. Bye. Okay? And then they're a little bit weaker. Then Draymond isn't that good anymore for some reason. I don't know why, but he's not. Okay, then they have issues. So don't believe that the Warriors will be around forever, because no one's around forever. The Spurs are the one anomaly. For the most part, these teams disband. The Detroit Pistons, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, they looked so good. They were around for 4 or 5 years. Then they stopped. The Celtics, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, they were around. They were very good. Then they were done. These dynasties in the NBA, they don't last long. So I like the Warriors window, right? But 2 years beyond that, I don't know where they're going to be. So you want to build your team now, right? Who wants to take over when LeBron James is done? Okay, so current candidates that are currently in this lottery, and I like what they're doing. The 76ers, man, they're building something in Philadelphia, as they currently have Joel Embiid, okay, currently on their roster. This guy was absolutely sensational during his rookie year, but can he stay healthy? That's the question with him. Ben Simmons, okay, this is a guy that, man, last year, I'll be honest, he was actually only my number 2 prospect. I like Ingram more than him, but consider this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the way he's been able to have success in this league, that kind of helps Ben Simmons' chances, because I like Simmons more as a prospect than Antetokounmpo was. And Antetokounmpo was showing that you don't have to be a very good shooter to be able to put up 24 points per game. You can just keep driving to the basket and finish with his length. Now, Ben Simmons isn't that long for being 6'10", but the fact that he's so fast for being 6'10", he'll still get to the rim and have success. So I'm liking Ben Simmons more after watching the growth and development of Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then this draft, if they can procure like the 1st overall pick and the 4th overall pick, if the Lakers pick falls out of the top 10, out of the top 3, you're talking about the 76ers building something nice. 3 years down the road, they could be really dominant. The Lakers, depending on how Brandon Ingram and D'Angelo Russell develop, if they can maintain their top 3 position, get a top 3 pick, draft a Josh Jackson, draft a Lonzo Ball, draft a Markelle Fultz, then you can see that team begin to develop. Who wants to take over when LeBron James is done? okay? Because we can look at some players and say, okay, Kawhi Leonard's the second best player in the NBA. Or some of you would even say Giannis Antetokounmpo already. I'm not ready to say that, but some of you was. Some of you like Anthony Davis. Some of you like DeMarcus Cousins. Some of you like James Harden. Some of you like Russell Westbrook. None of these guys, Kevin Durant, how could we forget about him? None of these guys have won. Okay? So it's still going to be up to one of them to start winning stuff, or when we say, okay, this guy's going to win everything. So that's just something to consider. With that in mind, let me see what's going on the ESPN feed right now as it pertains to the lottery. They're just talking about these prospects, giving some highlights, Markelle Fultz, and what he can do. Now let's talk about these prospects. Now I haven't gone through these prospects yet. And really quick before I talk about that, if you're watching this on playback, I'll leave some timestamps down in the comments and the description box. That way you guys can find my reaction to certain points in the program. So let's talk about these prospects. Now I have not dived deep into these prospects yet, but I can tell you my overall feeling on these prospects. As I aforementioned, Markelle Fultz is my #1 prospect in the 2017 NFL Draft, and it's not that close. Number 2, it's not Lonzo Ball. Right now, it's Josh Jackson for me. I love what Josh Jackson possesses. The question is, can he develop his outside shot, his three-point shot, and be a consistent two-point shooter? But I like the fact that he tries to shoot in the mid-range. He actually doesn't try. He does it a lot. That's actually a large part of his offense, shooting in the mid-range. He has some nice moves, nice turnaround J, nice step-back J's. Has some nice footwork in the mid-range. I like that part of his game that's already developed. Has the explosiveness off of 1 or 2 feet, exploding at the rim, even finishing, with contact at the rim too. Being able to lay it in against contact, Josh Jackson. So I like that. Defensively, very good. Probably the best, at least of the top prospects in this class. He's great defensively. Sometimes can be a little inconsistent, but overall, man, he's a great defender, especially when you compare him to the rest of this damn draft class. Josh Jackson is a great defender. You look at some other players, okay, after Josh Jackson. Now, I'm considering Lonzo Ball as my 3rd, but I'm also considering Malik Monk. Now, let's start about Lonzo Ball and why he's only my 3rd, and I talked about this back in March, but I will talk about it again. Look, the thing about Lonzo Ball is this. His upside to me is just so limited. So limited. Because he's just not a scorer. And the name of the game is putting the damn ball in the damn basket. And the more I watch him, man, I'm not sure he's going to average 16 points per game in the NBA. And look, that's going to be a nice part of your team. But we're talking about taking somebody top 5, top 3, top #1 in an NBA draft. You really want a guy who's only going to average 14 points per game. Now, he'll add a lot of other value to your team. So he's going to find the open man. He's going to facilitate your offense, be a very good point guard. But at the end of the day, who are the players that lead their damn teams to championships? It's guys like LeBron, Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, scoring 25-plus points per game. Plus. And who are their running mates? Pau Gasol, Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, guys who also average 20-plus points per game. Those are the running mates. Now, Dirk Nowitzki was one special case in which his running mate was, you could say Jason Terry at the time, who may have only been averaging 18 points per game, but he was a scoring guard, right? There's not enough evidence out there for me to say, look at these pure point guards who were not scorers and watch as they led their team to the NBA championship. It doesn't happen. Jason Kidd wasn't able to win the NBA championship until he went to the Mavs at the very end of his career. At that moment, he was like the 4th or 5th best player on the Mavericks. Steve Nash won 2 MVPs. Didn't win the damn finals. Didn't get to the damn finals. Why? Because in the damn NBA playoffs, you need to be able to put up 30. Someone has to do it. Now, Amari, he could get close. He could even get over 30. But at the end of the day, they needed more. And Steve Nash wasn't able to provide. Because when things get tight, the defense gets tight, you have a defender in your face. There's something about being able to shake him off, to go off the dribble, 5 seconds left, and put it in the damn basket to win the damn game. That's huge. It's huge in the NBA. And when we're talking about winning an NBA championship, I think Lonzo Ball can only be at best your third best player. At best, unless if you have LeBron next to him. And even in that case, you will still need a very good scorer. Or you would have to build like a team where you have LeBron, Lonzo Ball, and then a very good scorer who's still not the second best player. So maybe like a Devin Booker, right? You know, and even then you could argue Devin Booker would be better than Lonzo Ball in this type of scenario. So, and then beyond that, just, you know, sit down and watch Lonzo Ball. We know he's a great facilitator. But his facilitation, his passing techniques and whatnot, he's very gimmicky, right? He doesn't pass much out of pick and roll, doesn't pass much in terms of half-court offense. When he's setting up assists, it's usually in transition, right? So, okay, got the rebound, tossed an outlet pass. All right, boom, it was a great pass. We're in transition, alley-oop, boom, great pass. But in terms of the half-court offense, in terms of pick and roll, okay, excuse me, I have my big man coming, you know, setting up the pick. You know, we're going through it. I'm going to turn, pass it over the top. Great pass. He doesn't really do that in terms of pick and roll, in terms of half-court offense. So that concerns me. When you settle into the half-court offense, he kind of just passes it and then goes off to the side. If you set up him in ISO scoring, right, Lonzo Ball is your best player. So it's time to go ISO. Win the game for us, Lonzo. The only thing he's going to do is this. He's just going to try to go past. He was going to do this like 10 times. He may try to explode to the rim, but when he gets there, he's not that explosive in terms of finishing against contact, finishing against big men. He's not very good at that. And he can lay it up and in, but he's not exceptional at that. He's pretty good, but he's not like Kyrie Irving or Chris Paul level at that. And he has no mid-range game. And it's just a three-point game. All he does is just step back, okay? But if you can just catch him when he tries to go in and step back, that's all he's going to do, and he still has that wonky release. He had a nice three-point percentage in college, like over 40%, but when you look at his free throw percentage, it wasn't good, and that concerns me. Look at Brandon Ingram. I learned a very valuable lesson watching and studying Brandon Ingram because last year he had a 42% three-point percentage in college. I said, okay, he's going to be a great three-point percentage shooter in the NBA because he was such a great three-point percentage shooter in college. Didn't matter. Why? Because his free throw percentage is not good enough. The free throw percentage, that shows you, hey, this guy's ability to shoot, his ability to get the ball off in the basket consistently, that's what's going to translate more than just that college three-point percentage. Lonzo Ball's not going to shoot well in the NBA, at least early on for three-point. So just expect that right now. And actually, same goes for Markelle Fultz because I don't love that aspect of Fultz either, but Fultz has such a very good mid-range game and even lower post game to where I don't care anymore because you're offering more than that. Lonzo Ball offers just an outside-inside game, and when that outside is not going to be good because his free throw percentage isn't good, so that translates to not being a very good three-point percentage in the NBA. I don't like that. Okay, so that's something I don't like about Lonzo Ball, but for now, he is my number 3. Number 4 for me right now, it's a tie between Malik Monk and Jason Tatum, okay? I really like Malik Monk, okay? I'm sorry, I really like him. And perhaps he'll only be J.R. Smith, but what if he's more than that, dog? I mean, this guy can just flat out score. This guy's incredible, the way he can go off the ball, off the dribble. He's mainly an off-the-ball guard, okay? So he's not a Kobe Bryant type where you can give him the ball at the top of the key and let him work. He's more of a Klay Thompson where he's working off the ball. You get him the ball, then he shoots and he does well. But you can average 24 points per game as Klay Thompson. Okay, you can average 24 points per game doing that. And I think that's valuable. I think that's very valuable. And he's an explosive leaper. This guy could be in the dunk contest 2 years from now winning that damn crap. Okay, so I'm interested in that as it pertains to Malik Monk. So he's going to explode to the rim. He's going to finish at the rim. He's going to do a good job. Then I'm looking out for that. I really like Malik Monk. Jason Tatum, I like his offensive game. This guy's a nice ISO scorer. Both of these guys are streaky, but I really don't care about that. At the end of the day, what's your field goal percentage? What's the three-point percentage? I don't care. If you get it in 10 in a row, then you miss 10. I really don't care as long as you're at 50%. Because I think at the end of the day, streakiness really doesn't matter. If you make the shots, you make the shots. I think that's all that matters to me. So I really don't care about streakiness. But Tatum, I think you have to play him at the 4. I think he's a 4 in the NBA. And by the way, I want to play Josh Jackson at the 2. So those are 2 positional things that I think about these 2 prospects that not many people are currently considering. But yeah, Right now, those two for me are tight, and Malik Monk's going to fall. He's not going to go that high. He's not going to go at number 4. He's going to go anywhere from 7 to 9. Whoever gets this guy's getting a damn steal, okay? Because this guy's just going to produce, man. He's just going to produce. He was an absolute beast at Kentucky. Yes, he's a bit streaky, but he's an off-the-ball guard and a hell of an off-the-ball guard, okay? A hell of an off-the-ball guard. I love me some Malik Monk, and I will consider putting him over Lonzo Ball, but I think right now I do have Lonzo Ball over him. Now, beyond that, I don't know. Okay, so that's my definitive, like, top 5 right now. I like Dennis Smith. I like Zach Collins. I like some other players as well, but I really need to sit down and study those players this week, and we'll find out what I ultimately feel about all of them. So the NBA draft lottery is about to go down. Right now, they are interviewing Joel Embiid, but I'm trying to avoid copyright, so I won't show this quite yet. By the way, if you're new to this channel, I suggest you subscribe because you get more analysis and crap from me. I'm really getting into the NBA now, but I also do the NFL coverage as well. So if you like what you're watching, subscribe to the channel, and I guarantee you will not regret it. With that said, what else do I want to talk about as it pertains to the lottery? Oh, yeah, my big lottery rant, and we're already, and this thing's already about to go down in about 7 minutes. Here's the thing, okay? People and you, when it comes to like, oh, the lottery's rigged, okay? Dear God. Now, perhaps they rigged the Patrick Ewing one. I haven't researched that one enough to tell you, but I'll tell you this. It ain't rigged. You know, I'm not, first of all, I'm not a conspiracy theorist as it pertains to almost anything in this world anyway. But, dude, you know how hard it is to keep anything under wraps in today's world? I mean, anything leaks. Anything and everything leaks. If the NBA draft lottery was rigged, we'd all know by now. Here's the thing that's going to happen. If the Lakers win this lottery, which they probably will not do, okay, everyone's going to say that, hey, the lottery's rigged. Yo, dumbasses. How many years have the Lakers been bad? Consecutive years now. They've been bad for 4 freaking years. It's about time they won the damn lottery if they win it. If any team had been as bad as the Lakers have been for 4 straight years and they finally won it, no one would say shit. The questionable things is when, like, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won the lottery after losing LeBron. Okay, that's questionable. If the Lakers win the damn lottery tonight after being the 3rd worst team this year, the 2nd worst team last year, the 4th worst team the year before that, and the 6th worst team the year before that, I will say it's about damn time. If they were going to rig this shit for the Lakers, why the hell would they not rig it to them, or for them to get Karl-Anthony Towns, or for them to get Andrew Wiggins, or for them to get Ben Simmons? Why not rig it in years past? If you're going to rig it, there was no guarantee that the Lakers were going to be back. So if we're going to rig it, let's rig it now. And it doesn't make any sense. Another thing, people really don't know what these percentages mean. So let me try to explain it as best as I can. So everyone's been saying the Celtics are going to win the lottery. That's a horrible assumption to make. They literally only have a 25% chance. What does that mean, people? Literally think about 25%. Just think about that and think about what that means. If your doctor told you, dog, you only have a 25% chance of living tomorrow, what are you doing tonight? You're doing whatever the fuck you want to do. If I meet a hot girl, okay, at a concert, right? We having a good time, we make out, whatever. I get her number. She's like, well, there's only a 25% chance I'm going to call you tomorrow. I ain't waiting for no damn call. If I get a lottery ticket and it's like, hey, you have a 25% chance of winning, I'll be like, yeah, maybe I'll win, but I probably won't. They probably won't win it. 25% chance is really low. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's a 75. This is a physical representation. 25%, 75%. Look at this. This is the probability they don't win it. And then here comes the next, who came second? The Phoenix Suns. This is their chance. Then this is the Lakers' chance. That's a physical representation. Celtics chance, Lakers chance. Let me there's a whole 100% right here, right? There's a Celtics chance, Suns chance, Lakers chance. So if the Lakers, Okay, if this percentage beats out this percentage, how the hell is that rigged? I mean, this percentage beat out this percentage. 25% ain't nothing. Okay, that ain't nothing. So I don't want to hear about, oh, this is rigged, this is that. Okay, so it's about to go down. Some things to keep in mind because this is kind of confusing for some people. So basically, we're looking for the draft order to remain the same, right? The lottery standings to remain the same. Let me pull it up right now. And whenever you hear a team, or if you hear a team that has not been called, that should have been called, they have vaulted up to the top 3. Okay, so let me give you an example real quick before this goes down, and I will show it in a second. Man, I lost track of time. I've already been here for like 30 minutes. Okay, so here we go. The Miami Heat are the 14th, right? So we expect that to hear their name first. If we do not hear Miami Heat, they're in the top 3. All right, next is the Denver Nuggets. We expect the Denver Nuggets. If we don't hear their name, they're in the top 3. So if you're me, like a Laker fan or a Suns fan or a Celtics fan, you want everything to remain the way it should go. Because whenever a team's name should be called and it's not called, it's because they moved to the top 3, and that hurts. So Laker fans like me, you better hope that you hear in order the Miami Heat, the Denver Nuggets, Detroit Pistons, Charlotte Hornets, New Orleans Pelicans, Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings, New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Orlando Magic. And then from there, you hope you don't hear the Lakers, okay? That's what you want to hear. I will keep that in mind. I will commentate a little bit over it. That way you guys can understand what's going on. But basically, if a team's name should be called and they are not called, they're in the top 3, okay? Which for me, as a Laker fan, hurts because then our percentage of being in the top 3 is now lower than it was a moment ago. So Laker fans or any team within the top 4, you should want everything to remain in order up until the number 4, at which point anything is going to go down, okay? So yeah, with that said, it's about to go down. The NBA Draft Lottery.
With the lottery moments away, let's take one more look at the probabilities.
ESPN's.
To note as well, most
Okay.
notably, the Lakers could end up going to the 76ers if it were to fall out.
And you guys can hear me while this is